At the beginning of the month, we talked about Tesla and how seasonality from a historical standpoint was not a good month to be invested in Tesla because only 36% of the time we ended up green in September, only 38% of the time we ended up green in October, but the big boy, the big month is November. And so what I want to do in this video is talk about why November is so good, talk about what the average return is in November, if I think that we're going to continue to sell off down to $210 out until October, and ultimately what my plans are as a long-term investor with this information. My name is Peter DiCarlo. I've been trading full-time for the past 8 years. I'm a Tesla long-term investor, and I'm also a trader. Currently at this point, Tesla is sitting here actually up as we go into the close. We sold off aggressively, actually hit lows today of 238.69, but from there we have bounced and we're trying to hold 245. Now, before we talk about the historical data again, I just want to go ahead and show the importance of this $245 to $240 level. This is a very strong level. It has acted as a very strong support before, and the reason it's so strong is because there is no volume from 240 on this volume profile all the way down to about 210/212. I don't have my 200 SMA up right now, but I believe that's sitting around 212, 213 as well. So if we were to break through 240 and hold, which is very important because this morning we broke below 240, but we didn't hold. So if we were to break below 240 and hold on the daily, that's where I plan to go short because of how low this volume is. And I do think we'll ultimately see the move down to 210. Now, from a historical perspective, right, this is only over the past 13 years since IPO. On average, November is our best month to be in Tesla, not only being green 69% of the time, but also having an average return of 9.69%. So November calls would do very well for you, historically. Who knows what's going to happen this time? Now, looking at that, this would also line up with if we broke under 240, the rest of September would not be the best, the rest of October would not be the best, and then we would hopefully end up entering in November around 211 to 212. Now, entirely, I'm not sure what's going to happen there. I'm not betting against the market. I'm not going against the market. I'm not doing any of that until this level breaks. Once the level of 240 and we hold under here, once this is fully broken, I'll begin to go short. If you guys remember last time, back in July in the summer, actually it might be August, yeah, back in August, once we broke under 240 here, I was going short all the way down to 214, 210, 212 because I was bearish. We are under that major support level, and that's why I was betting against the market. At this point, I think it's actually a little too early. Looking at the 1 hour, it seems like we may see this bounce on Tesla, at least in the short term. I'm believing back up to minimum 260. This would make sense because this would also give us a head and shoulders pattern, which you can see here. I'm going to go through, bring up my tool, shoulder. This is really janky. Head, potential shoulder back up to 260, and then back down. So looking at this is what I'm assuming to happen. A dead cat bounce, which just basically means after a drastic sell-off, we get a strong bounce halfway usually back up from where the top was. So that would leave us at 255 to 260, which I think will happen over the next couple of days, probably next week. Then from there, I do think we will reject at 260, and what's more likely to happen is we'll pull back down, break 240 in the middle of October, maybe a couple of weeks from now, and then ultimately move our way back down to 212. This is how I see this playing out. Am I going to be correct? I have no idea, right? I want to buy calls today. I may buy calls today. There's 15 minutes left. I'm not going to. I'm going to hold off. But I would really like to buy calls today to play it for the next couple of days, but I'd rather just wait for confirmation, right? I'd rather wait for confirmation. If we push up to 260, I will probably go short there, and set something up like this. And then once we actually break 240, that's where I'm looking for the bigger move. Like I said, taking profits all the way down at about 210 to about 200, which is a 15% to 12% return. And if we set our stop loss at a break over 250, that would be like a 2.75 RVR. So nearly a 3-to-1 RVR. I hope this helps, guys. Thanks for all the support. Very volatile day, but pretty slow day for me as far as swing trades. I close out a lot of profits in our Discord community on our day trades. So if you guys want to come trade with myself, Rustic, Angel, Kula, all the group, we're all over there hanging out every single day. Come hang out. I'll see you next time.